Hi, Caleb with Brownells here, and today we have another video for the Gunfighter Gauntlet. If you don't know what the Gunfighter Gauntlet is, it's a shooting competition that we're hosting here at our range, and I'll link the original video in the description so I don't have to go through what all that is again. But the point of this video is gear used, and there's a division in that competition called Armored Core. It's the Armored Division, so the one where you basically have to go full kit with the exception of a helmet. And when I say full kit, really all you need is a plate carrier and a way to hold magazines, right? So that is a rifle and handgun as well, so it'd be great if you had a belt. But what I want to do here is just go through the gear that I'm personally using for the competition. And to kind of start things off, let me just get the rifle out of the way, because this is the one I'm probably going to be using. I say probably, and I don't want to go into too much detail on this particular gun build, because honestly, it's not really 100% yet. There's a few things on it I'm going to change and tweak, so maybe we'll do that later on and kind of go through the actual gun itself. But yeah, so this is it. This is the one, right? So I'm just going to set this aside, and we'll save this for later. But you know, I'll hit the highlights on it, running an EOTech with a magnifier so that I can short, close range, you know, whatever I need to do. So yeah, with that being said, that's the gun. And as mentioned in the other video, you do have to use a traditional rifle caliber, so a 5.56 would be perfect. All right, so let me jump into some of the more, I guess you can say, soft goods. Starting with the pants. And these pants, I've had these for a few years now. These are like my go-to range pants. These are the Fjallraven Vida Pro ventilated. Vida or Vida? I don't know. I'm not Swedish, but I do like meatballs. So these are the pants. Pants themselves. They have, and let me just kind of back up real quick on that. A lot of this stuff. Or some of this stuff we do, some of this stuff we don't. It's not all available at Brownells. I paid like my money for it, like real money for it, right? Full price. So, you know, take that for what it is. None of this like stuff that Brownells doesn't carry was given to me for free. Okay, I paid for it. These pants, I paid full price for these pants. All right. But just kind of hit the highlights of the pants. Reinforced knees. I blew out one of the knees already just doing stuff, right? Pockets. The material is the G1000, which you can actually wax. I don't wax them. And they're actually like an outdoor like hiking type pant. They're made for hiking, like mountain hiking. So they're great. They're super durable. I got a little bit of paint on them. I did that at the range painting targets, and so yeah, I wouldn't like paint my house in these, so don't be weird about it. Oh, also, you can adjust the tension on the actual like bottom cuff, which is really nice. And there's a hook built into the bottom that you can hook to your boot lace to prevent the like pant from coming up. I don't really use that, but I just thought that was a cool feature worth talking about. And the ventilated has zippers on the side, so you can ventilate. I went hiking with my wife and kids in Gatlinburg, and I wore these pants, and it was hot, so I opened them up, and my wife was like, why? And that's another story for another time. But that happened. So the crotch area is like this elastic ventilated material, which is really, trust me, it's really nice. All right. So those are the pants. Probably talked a little bit too much about the pants, but love these pants. I'll set those aside, not inside my coffee. Let's talk about the shirt. So this is just one example. I have like 4 or 5 of these shirts. These are my favorite rain shirts for hot days by far. This is a Velocity Systems. I think they call it their rugby shirt. I don't know. They don't have it, but it's the rugby shirt. Now this, last time I checked, was available at Brownells. I got a couple of these from us. They come in a long sleeve version like this one. You can get them in a short sleeve version as well. They have Velcro on the upper arms, but I mean, it's also, it might be a pocket. Yeah, it's a pocket too, but I don't ever use it. It's just a really comfortable shirt. It's if it's a little bit chilly outside and you wear this, you're probably gonna freeze to death and die, because I don't know what it is about this shirt, but it makes like cold weather even colder. So definitely only wear this when it's hot outside. All right. Oh, also, side note, after I bought this and started wearing it, they added it to Escape from Tarkov, and it's just further proof that they're spying on me. They're doing weird stuff over there. Anyways, I digress. Let me get back on track here. Let me, I'll hit the sunglasses real quick. I don't know why I just pushed them out the way instead of just talking about them. These are, I was wearing some Oakley Holbrooks, and then I got these Magpuls. These are the pivots, and I like them a lot. Good eye protection, polarized sunglasses, right? And you look cool wearing them. I mean, I don't know. I look cool wearing them. I don't know if you look. You probably look cool wearing them. Don't even worry about it. Let's talk about boots. These boots. Again, this is something Brownells doesn't carry, and I wish so much we did. These are the best boots I've ever put on my feet. These are the Viktos Johnny Combats. As you can see, I've had these for a while. I've been wearing them for a few years now, and I've been pretty hard on them. And they're holding together really well, with the exception one. Is it this? Yeah, this boot. There's a little bit of like separation right there, but that's the only issue with them. It's not even really an issue. It's just like a cosmetic thing. That's the only thing I've noticed after wearing the heck out of them. They're very lightweight, very breathable, and just extremely comfortable. It's like I said, it's the most comfortable thing I've ever put on my feet. Like anytime we go somewhere, if we're going to like an amusement park even or something, and I know we're going to be doing a lot of walking, I'll wear these boots just because they're so comfortable. I'll wear these over my tennis shoes any day for long walking stuff, going to the mall, you know, whatever. Let me set these somewhere. All right, let's talk about the belt setup. There's a lot of stuff on this belt, including the belt itself, that again, unfortunately, Brownells doesn't carry. But there are a few things we do. So the belt itself is the Ferro Concepts Bison Belt. And it is basically like this, if you can see this Tegris material here, right? And it's reinforced with nylon around it. You have your Cobra buckle, right? Oh, that's good. You have the inner belt. The inner belt has this Rhodesian buckle on it, which is very easy and convenient to use. And this belt, this is one of the smaller sizes. It comes in a larger size. I kind of wish I would have gotten a larger size, just because with the larger size you would actually have a little bit more like MOLLE material and less strap material. But it's no big deal. I don't put a whole lot up there anyway. And let's just kind of work our way around the belt here. All right, so you got your Cobra buckle, you got the strap to tighten it, and then you have it so that it locks down, and it works really well. There's this little like piece of Brownells leather here that I use to hold my gloves. The gloves are the pig gloves, patrol incident gear, and I have a few pairs of these. Again, I got paint on them from painting targets. Which versions are these? I don't know which ones these are exactly, but they're awesome. Some of the best gloves I've ever worn. I also like Magpul gloves a lot. The reason I have these is like I burned through my Magpul ones from wearing them so much, and then I decided to pick up a pair of those and try them out. The holster. So the holster itself is the Safariland ALS, right? And it has a little thumb button that locks it in. Probably the best holster you can get for this type of setup, period. Retention is really good. I have mine set up on their like quick whatever system so that I can take this off. And if I have another gun in that holster, that style holster, I could just slap it right on, just swap them out. And that's all mounted on a True North's concept plate, just to get it lower. And then I use the leg strap as well, just to keep it from flapping around while I'm running. So the leg strap secures it that way. And all of my mag pouches, with the exception of one, is going to be the Esstac KYWI, and they are the best. So I bought a bunch of them in wolf gray, and then I started changing some of my gear to green with the multicam black, and I bought them all over again in green just because I literally would never use anything else because they do everything I need them to do. So I know. Some of y'all are probably looking at my belt setup. Let's address the elephant in the room here. I shoot rifle left-handed and pistol right-handed. All right, that's why it's set up the way it is. All right. Moving on to the back. This is I think this is the Edgar Sherman dump pouch. It's just a basic, good quality dump pouch. That's all the back out of the way. This opens up real quick if I need it. Just pull the tab, and then you got a big pouch you can put magazines or whatever into. I'm not gonna open it up here because it's just a pouch. I promise. So this is this pouch right here that I have my meds in and some other stuff. I'll go through it in just a second. This is a Spiritus Systems GP pouch. Okay, and I'll turn it so you can actually see it here. And all I have in there are my meds. I got a tourniquet. I have a Blue Force first aid kit, and then some gauze and stuff. So that's what I keep in there, and I keep the tourniquet flap with the red right there, just kind of attached to the Velcro, so that everyone who looks at it knows, there's a tourniquet right there. I keep a Sharpie in the top, and then the top section has this double-sided hook and loop, so you can put whatever you want in there. I obviously have the Spiritus magazine insert, and that magazine insert for pistol mags holds a pistol mag, obviously, and then it also holds my multi-tool nice and secure. So yeah, use a multi-tool for all kind of stuff. I don't need to explain to you what those are for, right? And a new addition to my setup is, so I had the vertical ones. These are, I think, a 40-degree offset Esstac KYWI mag pouch, and these actually have a pretty strong magnet in them, which is awesome. So they help with that retention, and just like, the magnets, it's a good magnet, right? There may be situations where you don't want a magnet there. That's understandable, but for what I use it for, it was a no-brainer to get the ones with the magnet in them. Moving forward, what is this thing? Oh, this is, I forgot that I had this on there. So this is an attachment for my shot timer that I use, the Shooter Global Go. Just slides right onto there. And everything on this belt, so the dump pouch, the Esstacs, they all use what's called a one-wrap Velcro, which is just a Velcro wrap that secures it on there, so you don't have to weave MOLLE and stuff like that. And then the Spiritus Systems pouch literally has an attachment that you can run a belt through, so I just ran it through that. And then the holster I'm using, I don't know what this hinge is called. I took it off of something else. If you know, feel free to say what it is. I don't even know what I'm using on here. But that is, I think that covers my belt setup. Oh, the gun itself. This is a SIG P226 Legion with adjustable fiber optic sights because I'm shooting this stuff in competition, so I got fiber optics on there. If it were still like a duty carry gun, I wouldn't use fiber optics. I would use night sights or something like that, which I may still end up changing to. Who knows? So that's the belt setup, and I covered it all. I think. So let me slide it out the way. And the last thing is the plate carrier. So this is a Spiritus Systems LV119, and it's just there. This one is indeed available at Brownells. I got it in multicam black to match the rest of my stuff because that's awesome. If the front placard that holds my magazines on front here, If that looks brand new, it's because it is. I just recently got this one in green. I had a wolf gray one on there, so that's why it looks like I promise I use this stuff. It just looks new because I got a new one. Let's see what's going on here. The phone holder. This one is, I want to say, the Juggernaut, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't think that's one Brownells carries. I got that myself. Running the Spiritus Systems placard with their elastic inserts with Magpul P-Mags. And something I did a little different on this one. Let me just kind of show you here. So I have expander wings on my plate carrier. And the reason I have those expander wings is so that my attachment method to don and doff this thing, or to adjust it, is more modular. So traditionally, with this plate carrier, you would just lift up. Let me get it here. You would just lift up the placard and then pull these off. Put one off here and then that's how you take it on and off, right? But with the expander wing, the expander wing adds, let me point over here. The expander wing adds tubes. So these tubes, you just pull them on and off. Now I can get in and out of it without having to mess with the Velcro. So your question may be, why even have the Velcro if you're gonna just run tubes? And that's because it gets really cold here, and I want to be able to wear this in a jacket and adjust it without having to take this thing apart and do a bunch of stuff. So I like having the speed of the tubes with the adjustability of the Velcro, if that makes sense. So I've combined those into one on this particular plate carrier. So yeah, I like to keep my plate carriers really slim and slick. I don't like to put a bunch of stuff on them. So that's it for the plate carrier. Now, with all of that being said, the gear I'm using is more for price range. As far as price goes, this is a little bit on the higher end of prices, okay? You can definitely do this a lot cheaper. You don't have to go out and spend $1 bajillion on gear just to shoot in this competition, or any competition really. So with that being said, don't buy super cheap gear because you're going to hate yourself for it, because it's all going to be uncomfortable. It's all going to start falling apart. It's definitely worth spending a little extra on. Ask me how I know that. I have maybe 5 or 6 plate carriers. Only 3 of them I would ever wear again. For that reason, I bought some cheap garbage that I regretted instantly. Okay, so that's all there is to it. That's the gear I'm using. Again, like I said, the gun's probably going to change a bit. If not, I may end up just using a different gun. I may use a BRN4. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll burn that bridge when we get there, right? Oh, I almost forgot. Hearing protection, because that's extremely important. I'm using the Walker Silencer R600s. They have a newer version of these. I think if you buy these now, they don't look like this anymore. But these have worked really well for me. The only thing is, like, and I find this to be the case with any in-ear pro, if it's really windy out, you can't hear anything, which, I mean, that's not just these, that's all of them in general, which is kind of a bummer. But with that being said, when it's not super windy out, these work extremely well. So I would definitely recommend these. This case that holds them is actually a charger. So it has a battery in it, and it will charge your ear pro when you put them in. And then you can plug them in via USB, whatever that one is. I can't keep track of them all. So yeah, that's the ear pro. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below if you're watching this on YouTube. And like I said, I'll link that original video as well. Also, I'm going to be putting all this stuff on. We'll run a mock course, a course that you could expect to find in the Gunfighter Gauntlet. So stay tuned for that. We'll actually get outside and touch grass and do it, right? All right. So like I said, any questions or comments down below. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.